Are you looking to get funding for your business faster and easier, better terms with your suppliers, or just looking a way to build your business credit? Awesome, because in this video, I'm gonna be explaining how you can build business credit simply and you won't even need a business credit card. What's up, winners? My name is Nam. If you're new here, welcome. Here we talk all things personal finance and credit. Start now by subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. Today's video is brought to you by Divvy, but more on them later. Business credit does come in handy whenever you need to apply for business loans if you are having problems with cash flow. Having a great business credit score will help you improve your chances when you're applying for small business loans, business lines of credit, and other business financial products. Meaning that you are much more of a trustworthy client, so payment structures can benefit you when you need to buy equipment, inventory, or any other supplies for your business. And lastly, when you build business credit, you become less reliant on your own personal credit score, and it will also protect it. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to build business credit. The first thing that you need to do is establish a business entity. Preferably, it's best to have an LLC or a corporation due to the fact that it may become easier to get lending later if needed. But if you are a sole proprietor and you have a DBA, this is totally fine, but typically sole proprietors are tied to their own personal social security number even if they do have an EIN. So once you figure out what kind of business entity that you want to form, let's move on to our next step, which is opening up a business bank account. This is essential for all business owners out there. You need to keep your business finances separate from your personal finances. In the case if you do get audited, if you do have co-mingled accounts, that LLC or that corporation that you form will not protect you from your own personal assets. The next thing that you want to do is to get some vendor trade lines. Trade lines is just another word for lines of credit. You want to set up trade lines with suppliers that you want to work with or need to work with. Let's just say that you are an Amazon FBA seller. You probably buy a lot of boxes to ship your products to Amazon. This means that you need boxes, tape, and maybe printing supplies. There are plenty of suppliers out there that can provide you with all these necessary items to support your business. Whenever you are starting out, you may have a small credit limit, but establishing supplier trade lines will help you build business credit and you'll have a proof of payment history. But the key here is that whenever you do get supplier trade lines, make sure that they do report to Dun & Bradstreet or the credit bureaus. Some of the best accounts to open will be Net 30 accounts. A Net 30 account will be a credit line with a supplier that allows you 30 days to pay back what you owe. So let's just say that you spend $300 on shipping supplies for the month of January. Instead of paying right away, you'll be invoiced to pay within 30 days. It is almost the same way as a credit card, whereas these Net 30 accounts are revolving. Meaning that once you pay things off, your credit will free up and you can continue to use this account. Some of the popular Net 30 accounts are Uline, Quill, and Crown Office Supplies. Before you decide to sign up for some Net 30 accounts, just look for the requirements that you need to make in order for it to report to Dun & Bradstreet or the credit bureaus, because some of them may require you to spend a certain amount of money for it to actually report. So if you are thinking about just putting $25 into a Net 30 account, it may not reflect your business credit score. On the other hand, there are other financial companies that can extend lines of credit if you have an established business. So that brings me to today's sponsor, which is Divvy. Divvy is a fintech company that helps businesses by extending lines of credit and helping them spend smarter and save time through their expense management corporate card duo. And the best part of all, Divvy does report to Dun & Bradstreet and the credit bureaus. Whether you are a single member LLC or a corporation with 100 employees, most businesses out there will see benefit from using this platform. If you have multiple people in your business spending money, it may be hard to track where and how the money is being spent. Divvy software, they give you a central location to see all the spending and gives you the ability to create enforceable budgets. So in a nutshell, Divvy gives you 100% control and visibility into how your business spends money. One of the great things about Divvy is that you can use this platform completely free. So you may ask, how do they make their money? So Divvy only makes their money on the interchange. This is where they get a small percentage whenever their virtual or physical card is used. This is paid by the merchant and not you. They do not have any predatory rates, they just have a flat late fee or a minimal interest rate because Divvy's goal is to help small businesses. So before I move on to how to use the Divvy platform, you need to apply first. It is very self-explanatory to apply since it's just like applying for any other financial services. The first thing that you have to be aware of is that they will do a soft inquiry on your credit profile, meaning that this will not have any effect on your own personal credit score. To get a credit line with Divvy, you will need to have a business registration from your Secretary of State or a articles of incorporation alongside with positive cash flow. One of the key things needed for Divvy's underwriting process is your bank statements, which they use to validate if you do in fact have positive cash flow. Additionally, they will take a look at your balance sheets for the past 2 years or your tax returns if you do want to have a higher credit line. As long as everything lines up whenever you are filing out your application and you meet all the verification requirements, you should be good to go. Once you applied and been approved, you should be able to start using Divvy. However, if you did not get approved for your credit line, you're still able to use the Divvy platform as a prepaid account. meaning that you're able to deposit funds from your business checking account and use the Divvy platform to pay out business expenses and vendors. If you do decide to use the Divvy prepaid option, a major benefit is that you're still able to build up a credit history with Divvy. Now let's just say that you're an LLC or a corporation that qualifies for a credit line. If you do use your Divvy account as a credit line, it's going to be very similar to a charge card, meaning that your balance would have to be paid within a particular time frame. This could be weekly, semi-monthly to monthly. Just like a charge card, you're still eligible to accrue reward points. The higher frequency that you pay off your balance, the more rewards that you can earn. So in a way, this does have the same perks as a business credit card, but with the added support of an expense management system to better manage on how your business spends. Now, this moves me on to one of my favorite parts about the Divvy platform, which is having enforceable budgets. Meaning that once your budget does run out, your spend is limited until additional funds are divvied to your card. For example, let's just say that you have set aside $1,000 for general business expenses. This can be office supplies, shipping supplies, or pretty much anything else that you need to run your business. Once you hit that limit of $1,000 for expenses in that category, your spend will be limited until your budget is updated or a payment is made. You can always readjust your budgets because things do change, but it is definitely a helpful reminder to keep you and your business from overspending. If any of you guys are familiar with the envelope system, where you just set aside a certain amount of money per month, and once you run out of money in that envelope, you will not be able to buy anything in that category anymore. This is just more of a modern and virtual version. So even if you currently do have an accounting system set up for your business, this is just an extension that will make you much more efficient. For example, Divvy does have a powerful QuickBooks Online integration, allowing you to transfer all of your transactions to that platform as well. They're also actively working on other accounting integrations too. One thing that I do want to mention is that Divvy does have great customer service. Once you have an account open, you have a dedicated account manager who will work with you on an ongoing basis. And every time I had a question, they got back to me quickly, usually within 24 hours. Even the little chat bot that I have on the website, it is an actual person that responds quickly as well. So anytime I had a question, they were always very welcoming and easy to communicate with. So you have to remember, the only way that they make money is if you use them. So they are actively trying to give you a great user experience. Honestly, I think Divvy is a great platform, especially for those who are looking to build business credit. And if you guys are interested in using the platform to build business credit or just be more efficient with your company financials, I do have a referral link down in the description. Now let's move on to business credit cards. This is totally just a bonus because you definitely do not need a business credit card to build business credit. I have made multiple videos on how to get a business credit card even if you don't have a legitimate business quite yet because they are relatively easy to get a hold of. The thing about business credit cards is that the first one will most likely pull your personal credit score. This is what is called a personal guarantee. Essentially, if you do default or have any delinquencies on your business credit card, most creditors or furnishers, they're gonna come directly for your own personal credit. But anyways, there are a bunch of benefits of having a business credit card. Most business credit cards out there will give you free employee cards at no additional cost. The majority of them out there do have spending limits that you can place, but they're not as savvy as Divvy where you can limit different expenses. Another part is by having the protections that come along with a credit card. Just like a personal credit card, business cards can provide you travel and purchase protection. So if you need to travel on business or need to buy a new computer, business credit cards can protect your businesses in that way. And one of the best reasons on why you should get a business credit card if you do have a business is that you keep your finances separate. As I mentioned before, having co-mingle accounts is a big no-no, especially if you are trying to keep your own personal assets away from liability. Additionally, when you are having high balances on your business credit cards, this will not affect your own personal credit score. And lastly, you do get some additional perks. Sometimes you get signing bonuses, additional cash back, and other benefits. So building business credit is not as complex as many others make it out to be. As long as you follow these necessary steps or my recommendations, you should be golden. If you are worried about building business credit before even starting your business, I would say focus on the business first, get some positive cash flow, then determine whether or not you even need business credit. Because the only time that you really do need business credit is if you are seeking any sort of lending, loans, or just better terms with vendors. When you have established a business that is making money, this is probably when you want to start considering building business credit, because it may come handy in the future. Alright guys, so that pretty much does it for me. If you guys haven't already, make sure you give this video a like, because that really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys in my next videos.